Hey y'all, it's Gypsy. Well, I was just sitting here closing out the day. That's why I have the lights dimmer. You don't need to see all this. Um, I am sitting here chilling with a bottle of homemade limoncello. If you've never had limoncello, it's like a lemon liqueur. It is so tasty. It's like candy. Speaking of candy, I have some brain candy that I want to share with y'all. As you can already tell by the title, this is not a YouTube video about limoncello. This is about a book that I recently read, and it is called The Six-Gun Tarot by R.S. Belcher. This is his first full book, full novel. Amazing. It's what's considered a weird Western. It's kind of got the, if you've ever seen the movie Cowboys versus Aliens, or kind of similar to like Wild Wild West, kind of a steampunk Wild West kind of a feel to it. More weird Western is really more what I would call it. I don't think I would necessarily call it steampunk. Maybe you could definitely make it steampunk if you were to produce it as a movie. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But as far as the book itself goes, it's not especially steampunky, but it is Western. It's more of the antique sci-fi. So that does bring that steampunkness to it, but again, I don't know. That's not the first thing that comes to mind when I read it. I do love steampunk though. So there's an aspect to this novel. There's a head in a jar that's being kept alive, but it's in the Wild West setting. So Doc Holliday, mad scientist, kind of combination. So much cool stuff going on in this book. I don't really want to say too much because I don't want to give any of it too much. I don't want to give too much of it away. It's a story of a young man and his adventure, the beginning of his story of him being out on his own. It's him against the world, boy against world kind of thing. Young man coming of age against the world. In the Wild West, where there are monsters and technology. That's what it is. And it's awesome. It works together so well. I cannot say enough good things about this book. Okay, tarot. I'll get to that. It is called the Six-Gun Tarot. Okay, we know that. That's been established. There is nothing about tarot in this book, except each chapter is named after a tarot card. So, if you do know tarot and you're familiar with the meanings of the cards, when you read the chapter name, it's not even by numbers, I don't believe. I think it's just the chapter names. There's no, yeah. So, the first chapter is called the Page of Wands. So, if you know anything about tarot, you kind of get a glimpse of what the coming chapter is going to be about. And as you read it, you're like, oh yeah, Page of, okay, cool. That makes it fun, but it's not required. If you're not familiar with tarot, it's like, whatever, justice. Well, you can figure that one out. I mean, that's not too hard to figure out. There's going to be something having to do with justification situations. So anyway, what else can I say about this awesome book? The cover got me. This is a funny story. Whenever I actually found this book, I had gone to the library because I was working on my Pamela Coleman Smith video that I did for her birthday, and I was just trying to find a book on her because everything I was getting was off the internet, and I wanted a book. I wanted to read more than a web page snippet or whatever. And so I went to the local library, and I didn't have very high hopes because I was like, I live in a smallish town. It's kind of a suburb, and I doubted they'd have much. And they didn't really. They had a couple things, but this came up because of the title, and I just typed in tarot, and I get this image on my screen. And I was like, well, that doesn't look like the kind of book I'm looking for, but what is that? So I clicked on the little info and kind of read about it. I was like, you know what? All I ever do is read serious stuff. That's all I ever do. I've been so in research mode lately that I've just been reading all this really serious stuff. This was perfect. My brain needed some candy. My brain just needed a break. It was like, I've got enough facts right now, and I've got enough theories, and I've got enough stuff. Give me something I can just play with. And so I gave my brain this, and I am hooked, and I love this, and he's coming out with another one soon, and it's called Shotgun Arcana, the Shotgun Arcana. So I think it's going to be a continuation of his story, and I'm very excited to see it. I think my favorite character in the book is probably Anne Bonny. My very favorite part of the book is on pages 96 and 97. That piece right there between Anne Bonny and Maud when she's a young girl. In the book, she's actually a woman character, but this is like a flashback to her grandmother, or her great grandmother. She's very, very old. Anne Bonny was very, very old at this point. And so it kind of gives you that it's part of that character's backstory. But she has this piece in there where she makes this, this statement. And so for any of you out there that have the book, or that get the book, just know my favorite part of the book was on pages 96 and 97. I have the hardback, so I don't know if it's any different in the other ones or not, but hardback, pages 96 and 97. Very cool passage. I don't really have anything critical to say about it. I mean, if I wasn't really in that mode, to be honest, if there was something that bugged me, it didn't register, because I was having so much fun reading it. I may have just overlooked a lot of, I don't know. I can't remember. I remember loving all of it. I just wanted to share this with y'all because I've been talking about it, and I am totally 100% behind you reading this book. If you like anything having to do with adventure and monsters, then hook it up, because there's all kinds of craziness going on in this book. It is awesome. It flows well. The characters are awesome. You get, it's easy to get wrapped up in this. I mean, this is one of those books that you just, and you're done. It read pretty quickly, and I don't have a lot of time to read, and I still managed to read it pretty quickly. I mean, if I had 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I gotta go somewhere. And so I never got to sit down and read for long, but man, every page I could squeeze in, every minute I could, I was like, no, I want to know what's going on. It had me going. I mean, anyway. Yay, props. Good job, R.S. Belcher. You did an awesome job. I am really excited to read the Shotgun Arcana. I am already stoked about it. So anyway, be looking for that if you get this and like it. You guys have a great day.